Now, if we look at example 2, we're going to do the same type thing. And let me back up. Let me back up and look at example 1. I had to stop the video really quickly, but I want to just look back at example 1 and make sure that we see the difference between the sequence and this function. This sequence, we are taking subsets, if I may say that, or parts of that function, and we're graphing those. So we're only graphing those first 4 whole numbers from this f of x function. So f of x models that sequence, but what we are doing is we are just finding particular numbers that is part of that sequence. So let's look at number 2. Same idea. It's asking us to find the first 4 terms of the sequence defined by a sub n, or defined by the nth term. So in this case, to find my first term, again, I would take and substitute 1 into that function. And if I do that, I get 3 times negative 1/3 to the first power, which is essentially 3 times negative 1/3, which is negative 1. A sub 2, which is 3 times negative 1/3 to the second power. That is going to give me 3 times negative 1/3 squared is going to give me a positive 1/9. And after I multiply that together, 3 times 1/9, that gives me a positive 1/3. My third term, a sub 3, can be found by taking 3, and I'm substituting that into the place of n. And what that gives me, let's pay attention to this. I don't know if I can change my highlighter where this will not be so dark. I don't know. I wish my highlighter here was not. Oh, yes, I can. So if you notice, I have a negative to the third power there. I had a negative to the first power up there. Keep in mind, when I have negative numbers raised to odd powers, the outcome is negative, right? But now when I have positive numbers, let's see if I can make this a little bit smaller. If I have negative numbers with an even power, the outcome is positive. So just pay attention to your signs when you're multiplying these negative numbers, out when you have those powers. So what I have there, I have that negative 1/3 cubed. That means that my answer there will be a negative 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So that's negative 1/27. And if I simplify that, that gives me a negative 1/9. Now, if you look here, what you notice is that I started with a negative number. Oh, I don't like that. I started with a negative number. Then I had a positive 1/3. Then I had a negative 1/9. So I'm pretty sure that this next term, which I have negative 1/3 to the fourth power, when I multiply that, that is going to give me a positive 1/27.